We are live, Usha.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bizz Education Virtual Fair. My name is Usha Shakya. I am the host for today's webinar. I'll be joined by Bani, who will be co-hosting with me. She's also the senior counselor for Bizz Education Nepal. We are an educational consultancy providing services since 2008 with a team of British Council certified agents providing counseling and helping students to reach to the destination for further studies. Our main office is in Nepal, Jawlakhel, and other offices are in UK and Australia. Our services include providing counseling to the students, helping them with the documentation, assessing their documentation, and providing information of which university best suits their academic qualification or which university will best suit them. We also hold a number of fairs. Altogether, we have held more than 15 fairs till date. And this month, we were planning to hold a major event in Nepal. However, due to the ongoing situation, we had to do it virtually. And it has been quite a success till date as well, due to everyone's participation here in Zoom and also in everyone watching us live on Facebook. Today's event will be focused on providing you information about De Montfort University. And for that, the country manager, Hannah, has joined us. Hi, Hannah. Thank you so much for joining in. Hannah, you're on mute, sorry. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, lovely to meet you. Good morning. Hi, Usha. Hi, Radha.
Good to have you. I was just giving a brief introduction of the show, and then we will continue. So as I was saying, for all the students also entering right now, welcome to Bizz Education Virtual Fair. My name is Usha Shakya. I'm the host for today's webinar, and I'll be joined by Bani, who's the senior counselor of Bizz Education.
Hi, Bani.
So today's fair will be focused on De Montfort University. They'll be providing you any kind of counseling or advice, and they'll be providing a presentation and showing you information regarding De Montfort University. For that, we have Hannah here with us. Before we start, and also we have Joe Agar from DMU. Thank you so much for joining, Joe.
How's it going? Namaste.
Hello, Joe.
Namaste.
Before we begin, I'll just give a quick preview on how today's session will be. We will start with a short presentation from De Montfort University. During this presentation, I would request all the students to write in your questions or any queries you have on the chat box, and we will be taking in these questions after the presentation session in the 15 minutes Q&A session. After this session, we will go to round 2 of the webinar, which will be sharing some of the experience from current students in the UK. Let me remind you that the second half of the session will be in Nepali. And during this time also, you will be able to share any kind of questions to the students who are currently the students in the UK. So before wasting any further time, I would like to pass on the mic to Hannah. You can share your screen now, Hannah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've got myself on this webinar and my colleague Joe Agar as well. We're both from DMU. And I'll be doing a short presentation, and then please feel free to ask any questions in the chat box or after the presentation is completed. So I'll share my screen now. And sorry, it says that I'm unable to share my screen because you've disabled it. Is it possible to allow me the access, please?
Is it working now? Sorry about that.
No, no problem at all. Thank you very much. Can you all see my slides? Yes?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Excellent. So 94%, 6% is the average graduates that go on to further education or further education or employment once leaving their once graduating. The reason why I'm giving you this statistic of 94%, 6% is because 97.3% of our graduates go into employment or further study after leaving DMU. I'd like to welcome you to DMU. We are proud to be more. So we are located in Leicester in the UK, which is very central, not far away from London, about 70 minutes train journey. We offer over 400 programs across 4 faculties, which I'll talk a little bit about as we go along in the presentation. We have many students and staff from all across the world, namely 135 countries worldwide. We are a city centre campus, very central in Leicester, not far away from the attractions at all, which can be walked to. And we have on-campus accommodation as well, which I will talk more about as we go along. So here is a bit of a map of our campus. The pink blocks over there represent our university buildings, and they are not far away from one another. They all have a couple of minutes walk from one place to another. Whilst it looks congested on here, it really isn't. It's very, very spacious campus and has a very student-y feel. Leicester is predominantly an actual student town with lots of student activities going on. So it does really represent that feel on campus. The purple blocks are halls of residence, and they're surrounded by the campus. So it's really nice for our students, you know, to kind of nip in and out of home and be able to go to the lectures, nip back home if they need to. It's not far away from one another at all. We are 15 minutes walk away from the train station, and we are 5 minutes from the actual city centre, which I will talk to you about next. So on the top left-hand corner, this picture will probably be very familiar to a lot of you, especially if you're sports or football fans. Leicester City Football Club won the Premiership in 2016, and this truly put Leicester on the map. And certainly for me, whenever I am anywhere in the world, if I say I'm from Leicester, people are usually like, oh yes, you know, Leicester won the Premiership. So it's usually a really nice icebreaker and really gets the conversation flowing. And it certainly makes you know, as Leicester locals, extremely proud to be part of this city. What's really great as well is that we have a partnership with Leicester City Football Club, and then that means that, you know, we often have tickets for students to go and watch matches, and it's really nice for our students because it really makes you feel part of the Leicester City Football Club community, and, you know, just be part of the great kind of buzz around it. On the right-hand side, you can see some restaurants which are just a short walk away from the campus, and that are part of the wider shopping centre as well, which you can see a picture of at the bottom right-hand corner as well. So it's a big shopping complex with shops suited for all styles, and not just shops for clothes, but, you know, restaurants. There's an indoor golf centre as well, an indoor cinema, and a new bowling place as well, not far away from the city centre. Couple of shots over here. So this one on the left at the bottom is of Leicester in the night time, looking really, really nice. And in the middle, there's a picture of a local park. So if it does get a little bit busy and you just want some time out for yourself, you want to go and read or just chill out, have a picnic, parks are not too far away and they are extremely beautiful. Each and every international student is guaranteed accommodation, and there is a wide variety to choose from. So you may want to have shared accommodation in your first year, just so that you can make some new friends and get to, you know, familiarise yourself a little bit with the campus and the surroundings. That's available, but then there's also studios available. So it really depends on what you prefer, what your preference is, and what your budget is as well. So here's a drone view of our campus, and it really does look like this on a nice sunny day with a river sort of flowing on the side of the campus. It's It's a really nice feel, and it really has a good vibe about it and a really nice atmosphere. You can see the buildings are not too far away, as I explained earlier. But again, like I said, it is very spacious, and there's just loads of places to kind of hang out and chill when the weather's nice outside. You can also get some really nice views from the building here in the middle, because it's 5-story high. And when you go at the top, there is a nice outdoor roof garden, which lots of our students kind of enjoy and just hang out and chill. So this is the Vijay Patel building on the right-hand side, the one that I was just mentioning. It's 5-story high, and it offers our art and design courses, from fashion to visual merchandising to crafts to carpentry. Anything art and design related you can find here. We've had a huge transformation of facilities, and this is really reflected when you walk around the campus. And also we have a brand new sports centre. It's not so brand new, it is a few years old, but when you walk in, it does feel really new. And what's great about the sports centre is that it's open to all students, and even better, it is offered at discounted rates. So you can go and make the most of the gym and classes, and there's also an indoor swimming pool as well. It's also within the campus, which is really nice because it again adds to that community student feel within DMU. So these are the courses that we offer in business law, from accounting and finances to economics to human resource management. It's a really big faculty, and lots of courses to choose from at undergraduate and postgraduate level. We have a Bloomberg setup in one of our rooms in the faculty, which is linked to the stock market in Wall Street. So it gives you that real good feel about what's going on in the stock market, and kind of give you a bit of an insight into what it would be like to work if you were, working up in Wall Street or in the stock market. So our Leicester Castle Business School, DMU recently spent a large amount of money renovating the Leicester Castle, and it's designed so that it's kept all its old features, but it welcomes our students, and it gives you that working space for professional students to work in related and flexible environment. So the courses that would be offered from this area would be Global MBA, Project Management, World Order, and many, many more. So computing and engineering and media courses you can find from aeronautical engineering to cyber technology to intelligent systems. There's some fantastic film study courses available as well, and really good media facilities for those students who are interested in media. Our Health and Life Sciences building is one of the biggest buildings within the campus, and there are courses offered from pharmacy to psychology to education studies. We also offer nutrition BSc as well at undergraduate level. We are heavily inspired by industry, offering over 170 courses accredited by professional bodies. What makes this really good for our students is that it exempts them from exams when they enter the world of work. So for instance, if you are doing accounting, you will be part of the ACCA, and this will then exempt you from the exams that you would need to do when you join your firm after leaving DMU, because you will have already fulfilled those criteria. And we also have really good partnerships for placement opportunities for our students. And some of these are listed here, from NHS to Channel 4 to our partners that I spoke about earlier, Leicester City Football Club. There are over 2,000 placement opportunities available, and we have dedicated placement teams in all faculties that will help guide and advise students with their journey to applying for a placement, and sort of help you prepare for your interviews as well. So DMU Global is a scheme that's available to each and every student, and DMU really encourages their students to take part in this. What it is that it gives every student the opportunity to have an international experience and see the industry that they're working towards in a different country. So, for instance, we had 1,000 students that went out to New York last year and visited various different headquarters to get an insight of what it would be like to work in those areas that they are studying towards. So here you can see some shots from New York. We had mechanical engineering students visiting the Grand Central Station, and we had some art students visiting the High Line. So it gave them a really good feel of a completely different culture. And not only that, they got to enjoy New York as well out of this time, you know, enjoying having burgers, going out for drinks. You know, it was a really fun time. A really nice thing about this DMU Global scheme is that the university heavily subsidises it. So predominantly the majority of the accommodation, flight and catering costs are paid for the student, leaving you a really small amount to pay towards it and have a really fulfilled experience overall. So here's another shot of DMU on a nice sunny day. To our left is our Health and Life Sciences building, and to our right is our Business and Law building. As you can see the contrast with the new and the old. The campus is a really nice atmosphere with lots of the old features, but also new features have been added to give it that, you know, really modern feel. And you know, you really do have to experience the campus for yourself to see just how fun and vibrant it is. So with regards to fees and funding, for an undergraduate degree, you can expect to pay from about £13,000 to £14,000. We do offer scholarships at £1,500 for each and every international student, but that is on a first come first serve basis. And if you make your tuition fee payment to secure your place earlier on, then you'll get an early bird discount of £500. So altogether, you can expect to pay £2,000 for your scholarship. We do offer other scholarships as well. So if you are a really good sportsman, or you know, you've been heavily involved with sports, please demonstrate that in your personal statement, and we will consider that for a sports scholarship. What I will say though is that you can't apply for 2 scholarships, so you do need to choose the one that is most suited to you. You can expect to pay around £850 for living costs in Leicester, which is really affordable. And if you compare it to a city like London, I can say that you would be expected to pay £700 alone for rent in London, whereas in Leicester, £850 a month will cover not just your rent, but also your bills and your food. And you don't really need much money for transport, because lots of things are very close by. And if you're living on campus, then you would definitely not require any transport because everything is very close. So in terms of paying your tuition fees, there are a number of instalment plans available depending on what suits you best and how you prefer to make your payments. These are also available online as well, so you can check those out there. So if you do not have your English or your IELTS, we offer an internal English test, which is called the DATE test. And this is available completely free of charge. And we are rolling this out online now due to the current situation. So if you do require a DATE test once you've made your application, please let Bizz know and we will put you forward for that. We're also offering pre-sessional English online. So that is also available. So there's plenty of student support available, and some of the ones that I want to touch up on is visa assistance. So if you require any help or assistance with visa, we will be able to answer those questions, as will Bizz. So please direct those questions over to Bizz at the first instance. We also offer airport pickup. So when you arrive in the UK, DMU will come and pick you up and bring you back to wherever your accommodation is within the campus. And we also offer police registration assistance. So whilst you're studying with us, you can expect to be buddied up if you wish, and that means that you would be paired up with somebody who's already an international student, who's already been studying at DMU for a year or so, as someone who would probably be like a mentor to you that you can go over and ask a question to if you know, you feel that you don't need to ask that question to a tutor or an academic. And it's a nice way to make a new friend as well and get to know about a little bit more about DMU and what's going on around the campus. We heavily support health and well-being. There's lots of things that go on around the campus throughout the year, including events, advisory sessions, all of those things that are available to you. Lots of academic support, including library support. So that is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you need any extra assistance with English or maths, you can go to the library and they'll be more than happy to help you and guide you with those challenges that you may be experiencing. As well as the DMU Global that I spoke about, if you don't want to go far and away, that's absolutely fine. It's entirely your decision, but you may want to explore UK. It's a really beautiful country, and there's so many nice places to experience. So, you can be a part of that as well. DMU really embraces all cultures and diversity and is really big on celebrating all the different nationalities that we have studying with us. So we do a huge celebration for Diwali, and Leicester especially has a long road called Melton Road, and if you haven't heard of it, it's also been nicknamed the Golden Mile, which closes on Diwali Day for a huge extravagant celebration for everyone that lives in the city, and not just the city. People from all around the UK come to visit because it is that phenomenal, with all the shops opened, fireworks going on, and just really nice, exciting time for as Leicester locals. And as well as Diwali, we have holy celebrations, Eid, Ramadan. We really embrace all the cultures and welcome all different diversity. So this is a picture of our International Welcome Week, and this is rolled out twice a year. Once you arrive, you will find out the dates for it, and it is a jam-packed full week of events going on with lots of different advice on what's available to you, what to expect from DMU for the next couple of years that you are with us, and beyond that as well, what to expect from Leicester and UK, and just a perfect time for you to kind of just kick back, enjoy yourselves, make new friends, and get to know more. So here is a shot of, I was speaking a little bit about Diwali and the road closing. This is a shot of the Diwali Day, and it happens every single year. The road closes, and everyone gathers and really enjoys it. So as well as a presentation, I just wanted to share some extra pictures with you, and this is our Nepalese society at DMU. So I just wanted to show you the community that we have lots of different societies, and especially for our international students, they build their own little society so that they can integrate with like-minded people and make new friends as well. So I'm just going to share these pictures, and this is a Facebook group. So these are our Nepalese students enjoying things around the campus. Lots of delicious food there.
And sorry to interrupt, the presentation slide is still on the last presentation. We cannot see the...
I do apologize. Okay, sorry, thank you. Thank you for alerting me. So, as I was saying, I'll share these pictures with you. So these are all of our, our Nepalese society students just really enjoying what's going on around the campus and really getting involved, which is really nice to see. So there's lots of things that go on, like music, events, own little kind of award ceremonies, games, evenings, and they really do enjoy being part of DMU. So I'll start the share. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anna. In the end, it was really amazing to see all our students from Nepal, enjoying that feast and all that. That was really lovely to see.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, they make lots of different friends, but also they create their own little communities as well, and do events and things like that along with it. So it's really nice, and it's really diverse and open to to everyone.
Also seeing the pictures of hi Martin.
Sorry, we've got Martin with us. This is our regional manager, so he wasn't able to join at the beginning, but Martin, if you'd like to say a few words, please.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm really sorry. I was having some technical difficulties at the beginning, so I couldn't join. But I just wanted to say a couple of very quick words, if I can. And I apologise because I expect Hina might have covered this already, as I was not here when I should have been. But I just want to say that hopefully, as Hina's got across the message, that we're very, very excited and enthusiastic to be having students joining us from Nepal. And you'll see, obviously, as well as Hina and Joe and Amma that have joined, that we've got a very wide team in the office who are really here to support all of you, along with our partner Bizz, to help you to find your way and in the easiest possible way to come to the university, the UK and Leicester. So really wanted to get that across. And as I'm sure Hina has said and the team have said, we've been working with Bizz for quite a long time now. So we've got quite a close working relationship. They're very knowledgeable, obviously, on the university and helping you coming from Nepal. So they're very going to be a very important part of you joining us. So I'd encourage you to work them as close as possible. Just to say a couple of very, very quick things, kind of at a high level, if you like. The first thing I'd say that, obviously you're aware now from the presentation, that De Montfort University is based in Leicester. I think, and you're probably aware of this, but I think without a shadow of a doubt, if you look at the United Kingdom and England and exclude London, without a shadow of a doubt, Leicester is seen as being the most international city in the UK. We're definitely seen as being a very, very multicultural city. And without a shadow of a doubt, we're seen as being the most South Asian city in the UK. So what that means for you students coming to join us in Leicester is that you're going to feel very at home here. You're going to be able to enjoy many of the things that you enjoy back at home, whether that be food, religious practices, speaking and networking with people from your own country, all aspects of that. But at the same time, Leicester's still a very British city. So whilst you can enjoy everything from home, you'll still be able to completely immerse yourself in British culture, British education, and everything that the UK has to offer. So I'd really say as a high level thing that the city really is an excellent place for students coming to the UK from Nepal. So that's very important. And then I suppose the second thing, which clearly you would have seen in the presentation from Hina, we have over 400 programs. We have 4 very large faculties. We're teaching across many different levels. So I'm pretty sure that in most cases, depending on the subject you're looking to study with us, it's very likely that we'll have that appropriate program for you. So just want to say, the city, I assure you, is going to be absolutely excellent for you. And we're very likely to have the programs that you're looking to study here. So thanks very much. I apologize for being late. Team are here to answer your questions, and we're very happy to do that. So thanks for your time, and I'll pass back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Martin. It's good to have your all team here as well. So thank you so much for joining. So we will move on with our question answer sessions for now. So Hina, whenever you're ready, I will give you your questions. Let me know when you're ready. Hina, you're mute. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, if we go ahead. My colleagues Joe and Amar are with us as well. So
hi Amar, hi Joe.
Yep, so please do ask away. Thank you.
So, so to begin with the questions, we have our first question from students. From a student, she's asking if a science student can study accounting or management in bachelor level.
Yes, they can. What we ask for is that we get a really strong personal statement. Why is it that you want to move from one subject to another subject, a completely different area? So please make that very clear as to why you want to change your direction in studying.
Okay. And next question is regarding applying without IELTS. Is it only the date test that you mentioned, or is there any way the students can apply without IELTS?
So yes, we do accept other English mediums as well now due to the current situation. We're accepting IELTS indicator, TOEFL, home edition, and our internal English test, which is completely free and it's online. So we do, recommend that you take advantage of that because it is free, and you will receive materials that will help you prepare for that. And again,
sorry,
go
Hina.
No, go ahead.
In terms of the English waivers, currently we're not offering any English waivers, and just so you understand the reasons for that, because they're really important reasons, and it's all about supporting students. What we found historically is sometimes when students have English waivers, they come to the UK and perhaps their English hasn't been as good as they would have wanted to, and as a result they've perhaps struggled with understanding the programs and got a little bit behind, and it's made life a bit difficult for them. So just at the moment we're not offering any English waivers, but as Hina said, we do have these various online English tests for IELTS, which they can take. Our own one's obviously a good solution because there are no costs for that as well.
Okay. Is it the same for Indian students as well?
Exactly, yes. There are no waivers of. We used to, but as I explained, we've had some problems, and because we don't want students to join us and then struggle with their English, and that's what we've seen. So it's been done for really good reasons to support students. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Moving on to our next question. Just a second. Will there be any, is there any tourism course available for masters? And if there are, what are the requirements? And also, is there placement opportunity for the same?
Just give me a minute, I'll just bring up. We don't, as far as, just give me a second, sorry.
Hi, Ursha. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll jump in. We don't have a postgraduate level for tourism. In terms of placement in general in any program, we do encourage students to meet with the placement team, as my colleague Hina mentioned, and they can help them with the CV, the cover letter, and of course, through our industrial partners and relationship in the market, we can help the student apply for placement or a job opportunity.
That will be for the tourism course as well. Did you mention that there is no tourism course? Or
no.
Okay, great. So what about pre-masters? Is there pre-masters available if the students do not have enough score in undergraduate?
So we do foundation courses in some areas that would enable them to get onto the master's course. Yes, but there are a few of those, but we don't do a wide range of them.
Okay.
So is there a particular course that you're interested in?
I think that was just general pre-masters, just general question regarding pre-masters. If the student has a specific subject, please do write in and I will ask you the questions once again.
Okay.
So I'll move on with another question. So how many years of study gap will be accepted, and what sorts of document and experience letters are required for study gap?
Okay, so with regards to study gap, up to 5 years is accepted, please demonstrate this in your personal statement as well, to say, you know, why you've had the study gap. Is it because of work experience or whatever that may be? If it's more than 5 years, then, you know, again, we need that demonstrated in the personal statement.
And will any kind of, you know, the recommendation from officers be required for the particular student in such case?
So do you mean work experience?
Like work experience letter or any sort?
Yes, absolutely. So please provide references as well. We usually ask for 2 references. So if those can be provided along with a personal statement, then that makes a really good, strong application.
Okay. And which are the compulsory documents for offer letter, and which can go as conditions? Sorry, what are the compulsory documents for getting an offer letter?
So we ask for a complete application form, which Bizz will help students with, and also 2 reference letters, a copy of your passport, your transcripts or your certificate copies as well.
Okay.
And your personal statement.
That's okay. 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 Thank you so much, Hannah. There are quite a few questions, and I'm just trying to sort out those which have not been covered. Okay. So the next question is, do you also accept academic IELTS for foundation entry?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I can jump in with the foundation here. Sorry, Hina, to interrupt. Yes, we do accept it. For the foundation, what's required is 5.5 in each element, each component, and 5.5 overall. And the reason why, because the students will receive a joint CAS for their duration, which is the foundation and the actual degree, the bachelor. So it would be 4 years.
Okay. And what about the university accepting students for a second UK master's degree?
We can do, it depends on the program, as long as there is no 50% similarity between the 2 programs. We're happy to look into this. So if a student is, let's say, for example, they've completed the business and management master's degree and they would like to do management, however, the modules in 2 programs are more than 50%, there is a similarity, we will not accept. If it's less than 50%, of course, we will consider upon reviewing the documents and sending the personal statement with all the details and the experience to the academics. Hope this helps.
So can the student jump into, you know, a completely different kind of course that is not with their background?
Good question, Orsha. So personally, I would say yes, if there is something to support that they're interested in this field or this other program. But for example, if a student completed something related to business and they would like to do a master's in cybersecurity, unfortunately, we would have to say no, because they don't have a degree or programming experience, of course.
Okay. The next question would be regarding the cost of pre-sessional classes. What would be the cost for pre-sessional classes?
So these are varied in cost and in duration as well. So they can go from 4 weeks to a number of weeks, just under 12. And the costing depends on that. What I can do is share the details with you. If you just give me a moment.
Sure.
So the cost is varied, but the length is around about 5 weeks. And we are offering these out online now. So if after the session I can send you the full details, then you can share that with the students.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Once you send us that detail, I will send it to the student who inquired about this question.
Sure, brilliant.
So moving on, a student is asking if he can apply directly for BSc Computing as he has done 3 years in computer science, that is 3 years diploma in computer science after completing year 10. Will he be able to apply directly to BSc computing?
So does he have, so what's the overall, what's in his 12th standard?
He has, after his year 10, he did his 3 years diploma in computer science. So that is right after year 10. Does that make sense?
I think like, yes, sorry, Hannah.
Hi.
Yeah, it's like, after 10, like they, I think she done like diploma in, that's computing means like, it's like a 12.
Yes.
So I think they are qualified for our year 1 entry.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So you would be able to enter your first year of an undergraduate course.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the question is regarding the universities. This question came in from Facebook, and it is asking regarding the university's plan of managing the September intake. What's the plan of the university regarding September intake?
Okay, Martin will answer that.
Okay, yeah, very, very happy to pick that one up. Yeah, just to say that if for any reason we're not able to have a normal September intake, and just so you know, at the moment we're very much planning to have the September intake. But if we're not able to, and to be honest, that's not going to be the university's decision. That's going to be decided by our government, and to be honest, it's going to be decided by the Nepalese government as well. They're going to tell us what we're able to do, when we're able to do that. So at the moment, we're planning for the September intake, and we're hoping that's going to happen. If for any reason we're told we're not allowed to do that, what we're doing at the moment, and we're very busily doing this, is putting in place options that we can confirm as soon as the government say what we're able to do and when. Just to, at a very high level, let you know what some of those plans are. As he would have explained, we have a September intake and we also have a January intake. January intake historically has been a smaller intake in terms of the number of programs. So one of the options we could look at is that we would, if students can't start in September, that we would start those programs in January. So they would join the university 3 months later. Other options we're looking at, which I think are probably more likely, if students can't come in September, that we would delay the start of the September intake. So perhaps we would move it to late in October or middle of November, so that students would still join us, but they would just join us a few weeks later. So that's the other options we're looking at. And finally, there are also potentially options where students could start their program as normal in Nepal in September online. And then say, for instance, they're able to travel to the university mid-October, 4 or 5 weeks later, that they would then come then. So I think the crucial thing that we're saying is that there definitely will be options available for students. And we will be able to confirm those really quickly once the government says, yes, you can do this at that point. I think the crucial thing here is that students shouldn't think about and plan to defer, we don't think, for a whole year. First of all, they're going to waste a year, that's clear. But the other thing is that if everyone or lots of people defer to next year, clearly all the people that would normally join that year we'd have other people joining from the previous year, and we're going to be completely inundated with the number of students. This isn't just us, but obviously universities only have a certain amount of capacity. And what that would mean is that potentially places would be restricted. So I'd really encourage students to still plan to come this year. There definitely will be options. And if you don't mind me saying one other quick thing along the subject, some students we fear are thinking they're going to wait to apply once the situation becomes clear. We'd really encourage students to make their applications with Bizz now. They can have their offers in place. If they need to pass their English requirement, they can take our online English test. So basically, they're going to have their offers, they're going to have their English resolved and ready to go. And then once the situation is confirmed, they've got everything in place, and they can just decide on which option they want to go for, as well as hopefully just join in September in the normal way. What I would very much suggest people don't do is wait, because if you wait, then it's potentially going to get very, very busy, number one. And we suspect potentially places could be limited. So the people who leave it too late, they might find that there aren't the opportunities available that there are now. So I think the message is, if I was to encourage anyone, is to really make your applications with Bizz now. We'll get the offers out to you, and you'll be ready to go once the situation is clear. I hope that answers the question.
Right. And as we were also suggesting all our students that we are working full-fledged right now, also working from home. It's not that we've shortened our time of working. We're working just like we used to work, despite the situation. So like you said, it's better to make the application ahead rather than just wait for the situation to go normal and then make application.
Yeah, and in exactly the same way that you are working in many cases remotely, it's exactly the same for the university. You might be able to see from my background here, I'm working from home, our admissions team are working from home, but I have to say it's not slowing anything down. So it's really very much full speed ahead as normal. So please send in your applications so you have everything in place.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Martin. So the next question is regarding regarding paying extra. Do I need to pay any extra to enroll? What are the documents I need to submit to enroll?
Okay, so once you receive your offer, you will then be asked to make your tuition fee deposit payment, which is £4,000. So once that payment has been made, you have secured your place, and that will also make you eligible for the scholarship that I spoke about in the presentation. So you can get up to £2,000 international scholarship. So the sooner you make your payment, the sooner you're eligible for the extra £500 on top of the 1,500. So altogether you can get £2,000 scholarship. So you make your tuition fee payment, and then you will have a couple of options on how to pay the remainder of the fees. So there's some installment plans available, and these are all listed online.
Okay. And you did mention that the scholarship is first come, first serve basis?
Yes, exactly. So we do have a part of scholarships, but they are served on a first come first serve basis. So what we do say is make your tuition fee payment, your deposit payment, as soon as you can, to ensure that you will get the full £2,000 scholarship.
Right. Thank you so much, Anna. And is there any kind of installment available for second and third year tuition fee of bachelors, the undergrad?
Yes, so like your first year, it will be the same in the second year. You will have options on how you can make your payment. So there are various options available, and these are all available on our online. On our web pages.
So Sagar Khatri from Facebook is asking this question regarding what is the chances of getting visa by differing intakes, by differing the intakes.
Right, so as Martin said earlier, we don't encourage you to defer to the next intake. If you have been offered a place this year, then please, if you can, go ahead with it, obviously with the circumstances allowing. There isn't any sort of disadvantages with that if you wanted to defer, but if you get your visa this year, then please hold on to it and join us.
But that depends on the situation.
Oh yes, absolutely, yes, situation dependent, absolutely.
Maybe I could just quickly jump in there as well. So in terms of deferring, I think what Raheen was saying there, so we wouldn't encourage deferring for a whole year, but for instance, if the government said you can't join in the normal way in September, but maybe you join a little bit later in October, late October, something like that. But clearly, if the government is dictating that to us, then in terms of visas, then I'm absolutely sure that they would allow that students, if they're saying they can't come in September, that they can come a few weeks later, that they would allow that to happen. So I wouldn't be overly concerned about that.
Great. And another question regarding payment. cash documents. What are the documents that are required for cash along with tuition fee payment?
So you would need to demonstrate that your funds have been maturing for 28 days or more in your account, whoever's account that may be, if that's, you know, coming from your parents or yourself. So make sure that that's available there and it's been maturing for 28 plus days. Prior to your CAS, you will be there will be a credibility interview that will take place as well. So that will then demonstrate that you are that you will be coming to De Montfort University and that you've got your place.
Okay. And right with this question, will there be a second credibility interview from the immigration officer?
Yes, so there'll be so what we call is a pre-CAS assessment that DMU will undertake. So that's like a credibility interview, as we call it, and then you'll have that will then prepare you and get you ready. Well, it actually doesn't prepare you; it's just to make sure that you are ready to take the immigration interview that will then come in the coming weeks.
Right. Okay. Moving on. I'll just quickly look into the questions, just skipping those questions that you have already answered. So, okay, so there's a question regarding accommodation. So the student has no one in the UK. So how will he or she be able to manage accommodation without having anyone in the UK?
Okay, so you know that's the case with a lot of our international students. They don't know anybody that you know that are in the UK, or if they do, they're quite far away from the university that they're studying at. The great thing about our accommodation is that it's very close to the campus, and there's lots of different accommodation places within the university. So you will make some new friends, and you will get to know other people. That's it's inevitable, you'll come to university and you will make new friends. So yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just jump in there once again. So maybe what we could do, we could share the web page for De Montfort University with all the different kinds of accommodation options that we have, and then if any of your students, they could speak to Bizz, and you'll see there's lots of different kinds of options, whether you want to be on your own, sharing, have your own bathroom, different price points. So we can get that across to you. But just to be clear, there are plenty of options. International students are guaranteed accommodation for the first year, so you definitely know that you can have somewhere. So yeah, we can share that with you via Bizz.
Okay, great. And also on the second half of the session, as I've mentioned, that we have some students from who are currently students in the UK. So this next session, the student can also ask directly to the students about the accommodation, how she planned it, how she got, or that will help the student as well. So we'll take a few more questions. So what are the additional facilities that the university provide for the students?
So there's lots of facilities. During my presentation, I spoke a little bit about the on-campus sports centre, which is really appealing to our students because it's on campus and not far away from the buildings and possibly where you will be living as well. And the great thing about it is that it gives discounted rates to our students. It has an indoor swimming pool, and it also, you can get discounted rates to classes as well. There's a Nepalese society as well, which is a great facility for our students coming from Nepal to get involved in different things going on throughout the year with other like-minded people. We also have a brilliant food village which offers world cuisines from all around the world. So that's really nice, and it gives you a real good feel of different cultures. And the university campus is actually in the centre of Leicester, so it's not far away from things, that you might want to get involved in. The local cinemas just literally a minute's walk, a few minutes walk, as well as an indoor golf centre. There's a shopping centre, lots of bars and restaurants. So you never really run out of things to do in Leicester. And certainly, our students are always quite busy being social.
Exactly.
Just to add one little thing there, and which Hina touched on, is that whilst we have the Nepalese Society, which is obviously going to be very popular with people we're talking to right now, and apologies, I don't know how many because there are so many, but we have, we may even have towards 100 different societies. So really, whatever you might be interested in, cooking, throwing frisbees, playing chess, playing computer games, learning French, meeting people from different parts of the world, whatever you're interested in, you'll have the option to join these societies, go on these sessions, do trips together. So there really are, for students, I think it's a case of whatever you want to do, there will be the options to do that. So I think one of the things we try to do is we encourage students to immerse themselves in the university and all the things that we have to offer. So yeah, that's definitely a very strong area and exciting area for students.
Yeah. And if there is something that, you know, a student is interested in, but it's not available, you know, they get the opportunity to build their own society as well, and, you know, get like-minded people to join in. So it's a very inclusive and, you know, a very inclusive environment for our students.
Exactly. It all depends on the students, how openly they want to, you know, be a part of this, you know, a group, or just the student has to open up and, you know, join.
Yeah, absolutely. And another facility that's really exciting on campus as well is that we have a on-campus recruitment agency. So, you know, students, if you want to, you know, get some part-time work, then this agency will help you with opportunities that are available. You can apply. It's a proper recruitment agency that's based on campus, with lots of opportunities for students within campus and within Leicester. So you can even become a student ambassador and get paid for it.
Oh, that's great. So while you were talking about that, something similar is the next question regarding what are the career option in the UK after the you know, the PSW that has been introduced.
So we have some really good partnerships with really big companies around Leicester and in the UK. So there's lots of opportunities for students to, you know, continue with their work in the UK, and you know, that's always opening up. We have over 2,000 placement opportunities a year within the university. So that's not an issue. There is lots of things going on, lots of opportunities available within the areas that you have studied in.
Okay.
If I could just, sorry, I was jumping once again, and I'm sure Hina mentioned this, but this is really a crucial point here. One of the areas that we're very, very proud of, and I think a lot of the things that Hina would have talked about in the presentation that gets us to this point, is that we have a really, really excellent employability statistic. And I believe that's actually 97.3% of students within 6 months of completing their program at the university are in graduate employment or have gone on to further educational studies. And that is much better than the average in the UK with other institutions. So, and much of the work that we do really is about helping people with what they're going to do after they leave the university, because obviously coming to the UK, it's very exciting. It's quite a big thing to do. It's an investment as well. But I think definitely what we can say is the university really, we can prove statistically that you are very, very likely to get an excellent graduate appropriate and graduate salary job after you leave the university. And to be honest, that's pretty much our one of our main objectives to help students to do that.
Great, thank you, Martin. Moving on to our next question. Does the university deduct any amount while making the refund if in case the visa got rejected?
At the moment, we are not charging any admin fee if it's because of the current situation. With regards to visas getting rejected, I think the payment, there is an admin fee that would be attached to that. But certainly because of the situation, the current pandemic going on, we will not be charging any admin fees.
Sorry. I know that Amra's particularly knowledgeable in this area. Amra, I don't know whether you would be able to just jump in and confirm exactly. Obviously, if there is a full refund at the beginning, if students actually, what point that changes, maybe you could answer that specifically.
Yeah. As Hina mentioned, I'll just echo the point. If the student paid the deposit and they wanted to apply, they didn't get the offer, or they changed their mind, we'll refund the deposit with no admin fee. If the student applied and used the CAS, yes, unfortunately, because the CAS has been assigned, so there will be a £1,000 charge on this application, the CAS application.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So I think Hannah mentioned this, but a student is asking about, does the university have airport pickup services and is it free?
Yes, so if you choose to have to stay in DMU accommodation, then you will have a free airport pickup. Okay. So depending on where you're coming from and depending on which airport you're landing at, we do have fantastic links on the train as well. So if you don't take up the airport pickup, then it's not difficult to get to Leicester from any of the airports, because the links are really, really good, especially with Heathrow Airport, which is where most of our South Asian students land. You can get an express train from Heathrow to the train station in London, and then from London to Leicester, it's not very far at all, and it's not very expensive either.
Great. So yeah, Hannah.
Sorry, I just wanted to add something as well, because I saw a question relating to whether we accept 3-year bachelors or not. We don't actually accept 3-year bachelors; they have to be 4 years. Just to clarify that. Thanks.
I think I missed that point, but thank you so much, Joe. So yeah, so thank you so much for that. I have one informal question, just regarding based on the pictures that Hannah showed, the riverside that you showed, how crowded is that area when there is a normal session, during the normal classes going on?
So during term time, it's not cramped at all. It's not congested by any means. It's busy, of course, whereas we're a campus, we're full of students, so it is busy, but it's a really fun environment. You can walk from one place to another quite easily. It's not that you're crowded or congested by any means. However, sometimes on the weekends there are some festivals that go on that are really busy, but really fun and vibrant. And this is when the campus completely transforms into a more of a festival vibe that's really appealing to our students.
Right, that's something I just wanted to know myself as well. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. So before we move on to the second session, Hari sir, the director of Bizz, would you like to say some closing remarks, please?
Yeah. Thanks, Ursa, giving me a chance to speak. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Omar. Hi, Martin. Hi, Joe. Everyone, hi. Yeah, it's nice to see you guys again.
Yes, good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a long time we work with the DMU, and DMU is one of the university, it's in a kind of center in the UK as well. It's in a part of Leicester, and it's a beautiful city. Okay, it's a city of all the South Asian. I can say it's a city of South Asian as well. You can find your own people nearby you, and city is university is like a unique. It got like a unique facility, because I've been to university a couple of times, and it's welcome you every time. In the city, and the university is really good, and they have courses like you can't find in other university as well. TFF Gold University. Okay, you can see that there is standard. Okay, and the staff, they always welcome you. International staff, they always welcome you to once you arrive there. So I insist all the Nepalese, Indian, and all international students are willing to join the quality university with the quality teaching, quality. You want to use the quality facility, and there is a university called DMU. Okay, and it's in a Leicester. So and city is always good. I said like and international team, and like I have a good experience with my previous student as well. Some of them already finished the course and they are in a different field now, and some of are just doing their course, and I get the feedback from them and they are happy as well. And I think in a panel as well, I think we got one student, I'm not sure whether we are able to connect with him as well. We got that one as well. So it means like if you want if any Nepalese student are listening to me now, so if you want quality university, the quality teaching, quality facility, and the quality the time you want to spend quality time in the UK, there's a place called Leicester. Please join us and let's enjoy your life. Enjoy the weather of the UK. Okay, it's sunny day now, but we are in stay home. So I like to say thank you to Usha giving me a chance to speak.
Thank you so much, Harisa, and thank you so much, Hannah, Amar, Joe, Martin, for joining us today. Before you leave, just to let you know that the second half of the session will be in Nepali. So students who are currently in UK, so they'll be sharing some question answer sharing sessions. So it's okay if you want to join, but if you want any kind of translation or anything, I'll be here to provide you that. So just letting you know before we jump into the next session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Cheers.
guys.
Very nice to meet you. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
joining. Keep safe.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
So we will be now starting our second session for today. The second session will be with the students who are currently in the UK. And as I mentioned, this part of the session will be in Nepali. So yeah, so few of the students who are joining us today is Madan and Sunita. So we will start from Madan. Madan, would you like to share your experience of being a student in the UK, please? Hello, Madan. Welcome.
He's on a mute, I think. No, there is no sound.
Madan, तिम्रो आवाज चाहिँ कस्तो सानो आइरहेछ. बोल.
ठिक छ हैन?
ठिक छ, त्यसरी बोल बरु.
Okay, namaste सबैलाई. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm going to share you about our course going on here, right? मैले नेपालीमै भन्छु, sorry. कसरी हाम्रो यो अहिलेको कोर्स चलिरहेको छ है लकडाउनको बेलामा भन्ने कुरा थोरै इन्फर्मेसन म तपाईहरुलाई दिन चाहन्छु. यसमा चाहिँ खास के छ भन्दा हाम्रो कोर्सहरु जुन बिचमा पज भयो नि, पढ्दा बिचमा बन्द भयो, लकडाउन भयो, त्यसपछि चाहिँ सबै अनलाइनमा शिफ्ट भएको छ है. त्यो भन्दा पहिला पनि प्री डिफाइन भएको थियो कि अब लकडाउन हुँदैछ 1 वीक एगो नै उनीहरुले इन्फर्म गरेको थियो. अब लकडाउन हुँदैछ, बी केयरफुल, के चाहिन्छ रिसोर्सेस मेटेरियलहरु, बुकहरु के चाहिन्छ त्यो चाहिँ लिएर राख्नु होला. नेक्स्ट टु दैट तपाईहरु इन्जिनियरिङ अथवा कुनै फिल्डहरुलाई चाहिँ एक्स्ट्रा कुराहरु जस्तै कम्पोनेन्टहरु चाहिरा हुन्छ, इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स कम्पोनेन्टहरु चाहिएला के चाहिएला त्यो पनि लिएर राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ भनेर इन्फर्मेसन पहिले दिएको थियो कलेजले. देन आफ्टर दैट हाम्रो लेक्चरहरु सबै सकेको थिएन त्यो बेलासम्म. त्यसपछि बीचमा चाहिँ हाम्रो लेक्चरहरु कन्टिन्यू नै भयो अनलाइन टिमबाट. टिम भन्ने माइक्रोसफ्टको एप्लिकेसन छ, त्यसबाट चाहिँ सबै कोर्सहरु चाहिँ कम्प्लिट भयो. नेक्स्ट टु दैट रिभिजन क्लासहरु सबै भएपछि अनि असाइनमेन्टको पालो आयो. असाइनमेन्टमा पनि जस्तै कि आफूले केही कुरा बुझेन भने चाहिँ यु क्यान सेयर है सरहरुलाई, यो सर मैले यो कसरी गर्ने बुझेन भने नि उनीहरुले सर्ट एन्ड गाइडलाइन दिनुहुन्छ अनि त्यसको लागि पनि सर्टेन टाइम छुटाउनु भएको थियो हाम्रोमा चाहिँ. नेक्स्ट टु दैट असाइनमेन्ट सक्यो. असाइनमेन्ट सकेपछि अब रिजल्टको वेटिङ. अरु ठिक छ. अनि नेक्स्ट कुरा भनेको तपाईहरुको कुनै गाह्रो भएको छ भने वेलबिङहरुको कुरा पनि यहाँ एकदम कलेजले दिइरहेको हुन्छ. केही गाह्रो भयो भने तिनीहरुलाई काउन्सिलिङ टाइपको. अनि एकदम फन्डिङको गाह्रोलाई 200 पाउन्ड दिइरहेको छ भने सुनेको थिएँ. आई डोन्ट नो है, अलिक गाह्रो नै भएको सिचुएसनमा. अनि युनिभर्सिटी एकोमोडेसनमा भयो भने त अझै कति महिनाको फी नै उनीहरुले रिड्युस नै गरिदिएको छ. ठिकै छ पढाइ अनि युनिभर्सिटीको लाइक
अब के भन्छ मदनले भने जस्तै अहिले इफ कसैसँग पनि मदनलाई के क्वेसन सोध्नु छ भने चाहिँ अनम्युट गरेर डाइरेक्टली सोध्दा पनि हुन्छ he will be able to answer your queries स्टुडेन्ट हुनु लाइक युकेमा अहिले स्टुडेन्ट भएर कस्तो भइरहेछ सो उसलाई डाइरेक्टली क्वेसन सोध्न पनि हुन्छ अनि त्यसै गरी हामीसँग सुनिता पनि छ यहाँ सुनिता तिम्रो एक्सपिरियन्सहरु शेयर गर्छौ कि हेलो सुनिता अहिले छैन जस्तो छ सो
सरी हैन म यता मेरो यो के भन्छ इमेलमा चाहिँ कुरा गर्दै थिएँ के ब्याङ्कको कुरा
अहिले
हेलो गुड आफ्टरनुन एभ्रीवन हजुर हजुर दी भन्नुस् न
ए हैन शेयर गर्दा हुन्छ भन्न लाग्थ्यो मैले ठिकै छ क्यारी अन
हैन ठिकै नो वरिज आज सबभन्दा त अब सबै थ्याङ्क यू नै भन्छु बेस टिमको लागि चाहिँ सो द्याट तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ हामीलाई एउटा प्लेटफर्म दिनुभएको छ होइन यहाँ युकेमा बसिराख्नु भएको स्टुडेन्टलाई र अब नेपालमा भएको स्टुडेन्ट अनि उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ अब कति क्युरियस हुन्छ नि त त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ सेयर गर्नको लागि यो प्लेटफर्म दिनुभएको छ त्यसको लागि चाहिँ धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद अनि अब
ओके तिम्रो भिडियो अफ छ भिडियो अन गर्न मिल्छ कि सुनिताको सो द्याट स्टुडेन्टहरु पनि कनेक्ट हुन्छ नि त तिमीसँग सो त्यही भएर
I look so disgusting. I'm all हो हैन Okay, hopefully सबैले देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ होला म चाहिँ अहिले मास्टर्स भन्दा नि एडभान्स कोर्स हाम्रो एमएससी भन्ने चाहिँ एमएससी इन्टरनेशनल हस्पिटालिटी एन्ड टुरिज्म अघि मैले एकछिन कुरा सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ लाइक सम अफ यु आर प्लानिङ टु स्टडी मास्टर्स इन इन्टरनेशनल हस्पिटालिटी एन्ड टुरिज्म त्यो चाहिँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब बेसिकली म चाहिँ अब युनि पनि म खुलाउँछु हैन म चाहिँ युक्लानमा पढ्दैछु त्यो भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब मास्टर्स इन इन्टरनेशनल हस्पिटालिटी पढाउने अब विद्यार्थीहरू जो पनि हुनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ आई होप राम्रोसँग रिसर्च गरेर आउनुहोस् अनि अब मास्टर्स र एमएससी चाहिँ टोटल्ली लाइक कम्पेरिटिभली चाहिँ अलिकति डिफरेन्ट पनि एडभान्स कोर्स हो अनि अब एक्सपिरियन्समा भन्नुपर्दाखेरि त अब कस्तो भने अब युके आउने फर्स्ट अब म त सेप्टेम्बर इन्टेकमा आएको थिएँ अनि सेप्टेम्बर इन्टेकमै आउँदाखेरि पनि इट वाज लाइक एकदम हरेबल वेदर थियो हामी आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ बिहान हामी 7:30 को लाइक फ्लाइटबाट चाहिँ हामी यहाँनिर आइपुगेको थियौँ त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ यति विन्डी भन्दा पनि त्यो एकदम फिसफिसे पानी परेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट वाज लाइक रियली हरेबल त्यो मोमेन्ट अझै पनि मलाई सम्झिँदा मन पर्दैन होइन एक त अब यहाँ आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ फर्स्टमा चाहिँ हाम्रो वेदरसँग च्यालेन्ज हुन्छ किनभने टोटल्ली एकदमै डिफरेन्ट वेदर हुन्छ हाम्रो नेपालदेखि अनि त्यस पछाडि चाहिँ अब मेरो फर्स्ट मन्थ त त्यसरी नै गयो लाइक वेदरसँग एडजस्ट हुँदा गर्दाखेरि गयो एन्ड देन आफ्टर सेकेन्ड मन्थमा चाहिँ अब पढाइहरूदेखि अब अझ पढाइहरू चाहिँ राम्रोसँग हामी लाइक पढाइहरू चाहिँ अब हुन्छ नि नेपालदेखिको त यहाँ त एकदमै फरक भयो नि त त्यो भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब पढाइमा कन्सन्ट्रेट गर्न भनेर चाहिँ अब मैले चाहिँ नेपालबाट आएर यहाँ चाहिँ विदिन 3 मन्थसम्म चाहिँ मैले केही पनि गरिनँ किनभने चाहिँ अब नयाँ इन्भाइरोमेन्टमा एडजस्ट हुन टाइम लाग्छ नयाँ पढाइमा एडजस्ट हुन टाइम लाग्छ भनेर अनि यहाँको एडुकेसन सिस्टम भनेको चाहिँ इज अलमोस्ट लाइक डिफरेन्ट फुल्ली हामी चाहिँ अब आफूमा डिपेन्ड हुनुपर्छ सेल्फ डेभलपमेन्ट कोर्स हैन नेपालमा जस्तो चाहिँ फिडिङ टाइपको हुँदैन अब टिचरले पढायो नानी बाबुले यसो गर्ने भन्ने खालको पढाइ हुँदैन त्यो चाहिँ अब आफूले चाहिँ एउटा माइन्ड सेटअप गरेर आउने अब हुनु त अब अहिले आउने स्टुडेन्टहरू त अब आफूलाई नै अब माइन्ड सेटअप नै गर्नु भइसक्यो होला कि अब बाहिर जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स नट लाइक नेपाल भनेर चाहिँ त्यही अनुसारले चाहिँ आउनुहोस् अब एडुकेसन सिस्टममा चाहिँ अब त्यही अभियसली भइहाल्यो सेल्फ डेभलपमेन्ट भयो अब आफू रिसर्च गर्ने आफू असाइनमेन्ट गर्ने हो अब नेपालमा जस्तो चाहिँ अब एक्जाम भनेर पुरा अब 3 घण्टा क्लासमा बसिराख्नु पर्दैन अनि त्यसपछि रट्टा मारेर पढ्नु पर्दैन एक त अब यहाँ चाहिँ अब हामीलाई डेडलाइन दिनुहुन्छ हामीले चाहिँ डेडलाइन चाहिँ मिटअप गर्नुपर्छ जस्ट 1 मन्थको डेडलाइन हुन्छ अनि त्यो बेलासम्ममा चाहिँ अब आफूले गरेको रिसर्च अनुसार चाहिँ जस्ट हामीले चाहिँ असाइनमेन्टहरू गर्नुपर्छ अनि बिसाइड द्याट अब सबै थोक अब तपाईँहरूको अघि भर्खरै हाम्रो युनिभर्सिटीको रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभहरूले अनि हाम्रो बिज एडुकेसनको डिरेक्टर एन्ड देन आफ्टर हाम्रो होस्टहरूले नै भनिसक्नुभयो प्लस मेरै कोवर्कर नै मेरो साथीले पनि भन्नुभयो होइन अब इन केस तपाईँहरूलाई केही क्वेसन्सहरू आई मिन लाइक अलिकति लाइक कस्तो हुन्छ के हुन्छ अथवा हामीसँग इन्टरेक्ट गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने पनि यु क्यान जस्ट कन्ट्याक्ट टु बेज अनि उहाँहरूले चाहिँ हामीसँग इन्टरेक्ट गर्नको लागि चाहिँ के एउटा प्लेटफर्म क्रिएट गरिदिनुहुन्छ होला सो द्याट तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ अझै इजी फिल होस् भनेर भन्छु अनि द्याट्स द थिङ द्याट आई वान्टेड टु सेयर थ्याङ्क यू
अहिले पनि राइट नाउ म्युट गर्नुपर्छ होला so अहिले पनि if we still have a few more minutes हैन अहिले पनि के क्वेशन्स छ भने Bizz टिमलाई सुनितालाई मदनलाई हामी सबैजना यहाँ अवेलेबल छौं के क्वेरीजहरु छ भने हामीलाई सोध्दा हुन्छ अहिले अनम्युट गरेर कुरा गर्दा नै हुन्छ कसैलाई के भन्नु छ भने के सोध्नु छ भने so 2 more minutes अनि I think we are almost in the end of today's session. So I'm hoping your session ekdamai fruitful was for everyone because we've tried to provide as much information as possible. So I hope that we have cleared all your doubts, all your queries, and we have provided you all the information. So I think we've come to the end of the session. So Harisa, can I conclude for today's session?
Oh yeah, please, Kedar, so if you have any word to say, please say some message to our student from Nepal. Okay, sir, this goes to you now.
So thank you, Harisha. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to thank the university representatives for making this event a very informative one. I'd like to thank all the participant students as well who made this event a successful one, and thank you Sunita, thank you Madan for your valuable experience, and I hope the participant students got benefited with your experiences. So I'd like to highlight a couple of things which Bizz has been doing even during this lockdown. So to give the right information, to provide the student the opportunity of participating in different virtual fairs, we have been organizing some more events as well. We have organized around 9-10 events even in the month of May. There are a couple of events to go in the months of May, and we have been doing the same in the months of June as well. So please make your proper decision, attend the fair, ask more of the questions so that your decision of abroad study will be an informed decision. It's a lifetime decision, so make it a complete and informed decision so that you will not be, let's say, finding something different than you have expected before flying to your destination country. Bizz UK and Bizz Nepal is there to reply your any sorts of queries over the Facebook, over telephone, and you can use any sorts of medias to ask us. So thank you. Please keep on joining our further events as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kedar sir, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope to see you in coming fairs as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, guys. Thank you.